Capitol, the big races really could come down to the balance of power. In the U.S. Senate, it is teetering on this election. There you see it. The Republicans have the majority, 54 to 46, 44 Democrats and 2 independents who caucus with the Democrats. And that could change depending on what happens. We've asked each panelist to pick a race in the U.S. Senate races that are up this season. We're back with the panel. Howie, let's start with you.
If the Senate flips, that's really important because it's such a major power center. In New Hampshire, Senator Kelly Ayotte now trailing Governor Maggie Hassan by 8 points in a new WMUR poll, and she has been hurt.
This is the average we're looking at here.
Or the average of Real Clear Politics. She has been hurt by saying in the recent debate that Donald Trump is absolutely a good role model for children. Then she basically retracted it after the debate. She's been trying to figure out how to run away from Trump, but not too far. And that is a key takeaway potentially for the Democrats.
Okay, Leslie, your state.
Marco Rubio and Patrick Murphy, the state of Florida. I not only lived in Florida, it's an important state in this election. And I think it also shows that Marco Rubio's been damaged. He's come down a few percentage points, and we're seeing the benefit for Patrick Murphy of the independent voter in the state of Florida. And certainly that weighs in not just in the general election for president, but in the state of Florida for the Senate. And I think Marco Rubio's been hurt among the Cuban American community for not stepping away from Trump more so, and those who were offended by Trump's remarks about women.
And obviously President Obama putting some aggressive campaigning down there in Florida as well. Okay, Jonah?
The Senate race in Nevada with Joe Heck, whose motto for some reason isn't heck yeah, versus Catherine Masto. I think it's important for 2 reasons. One, for the similar reasons that Howie's brought up about this delicate dance of distancing from Donald Trump and how far can you go doing it. He has, ever since the Access Hollywood tape came out, he's distanced himself further, and it may be hurting him. But at the same time, this is the one seat that Republicans could pick up, which is incredibly important. And it also tells you something, because Heck is actually a really interesting, ideas-filled candidate running against a Harry Reid apparatchik who is offering nothing other than furthering the ambition of the Democratic machine.
Let's look at the House side, the balance of power there. It's Republicans have a little bit more breathing room here, but some of these races look like they're getting pretty tight in the final hours. The race you're looking at, Jonah?
For similar reasons, Mike Kaufman in Colorado. Some people call him the anti-Trump candidate. He's a solid, very solid conservative, great ACU rating, veteran. And he's distanced himself from Trump from the beginning in the kind of district that Republicans need to win in order to be a majority party in this country.
Leslie.
Virginia's 10th district. You have 2 women. You have Barbara Comstock versus Luann Bennett. And you have 2 people who just seem to, their strengths seem to be who is more distant from and dislikes Trump and his remarks more. And I think it'll also be interesting because you have one who is a freshman congressional member.
Howie.
In Florida, Charlie Crist, the former Republican governor turned Democrat, is now, and I thought he was pretty much washed up. He's now leading the Republican incumbent in that seat, David Jolly, ahead in the polls, several polls. The race has tightened somewhat, but Jolly could be in trouble if Trump doesn't win that state. That's a key battleground state, obviously, in the White House race.
Okay, it's Friday, so we do winners and losers here. We'll start with winner, then loser. Howie.
My winner is Chris Wallace, our Fox colleague, winning praise from across the journalistic landscape for his masterful handling of that Las Vegas debate. Even Howard Dean says he deserves exceptional praise. And it's hard to do, as we've seen with other moderators who got mired in controversy.
Loser?
Loser is the Al Smith dinner. It's a great institution, but it's supposed to be a lighthearted respite from political partisanship, and wound up getting kind of mired in controversy over those jokes.
Winner, then loser, Leslie.
Nasty Women, of which I am one, I think is a winner, or the Nasty Woman remark, which we can thank Donald Trump for. And I got to say, for the Hillary campaign, man, to turn the woman card, the nasty woman, into hashtag Twitter and get more women on board, I think it's great.
You're proudly a nasty woman.
I'm proudly a nasty woman. I know the tweets that are coming later. I shouldn't have said it, right? And the loser, I would say, is Malik Obama, the president's half-brother, because oh boy, if I ran for office, I can always think of relatives right now that come up. It was really, are you going to sell your soul for a check? I was laughing. Why is he there? What does this mean?
Winner, then loser, Jonah.
My winner is Bob Dylan for doing the most Bob Dylan thing ever, which is not even caring that he won the Nobel Prize in Literature and may not show up. No one knows. He's just on the road and couldn't give a darn. My loser is, if the polls are accurate, Hillary Clinton, it looks like she's going to win, and if she does, her presidency has taken a brutal beating this week, this month. These WikiLeaks emails are sort of like a slow-acting poison and are going to have a really hard time for her to be effective at all. She'll have the left-wing base of her party attacking her. She'll have no trust among Republicans, lots of investigations.
Even if she wins the House and the Senate?
If she does, that's the important caveat.
Fewer investigations.
Fewer investigations, but a lot of journalists are going to cover themselves with glory, atoning for their guilt for having given her such a pass because they